Alright, what is up everybody? We are back with another Scarlet and Violet video. It's going to be for the Teal mask. It's going to be a tier list for all the new returning, not really returning mons, but like all the new mons in the Teal mask DLC. So, all the new ones, this does not count all like the ones from like past generations that are first now returning with the DLC. Just pure new ones. So, going to be thrown up at least on screen for you guys if it's not already there. Just ranking all these mons from S tier down to D tier, kind of where they are. At least this is going to be a VGC tier list, but I also will kind of talk a little bit about singles as well, so keep that in mind going into this. Also, another thing I want to get out of the way before I do get very deep into this video, if I sound like shit, it's because I'm sick still. I had no voice for the past like 4 days again. I was getting better, and then I got really bad and got really worse again. I lost my voice. Today is like the first day that I actually have my voice back again, so really behind on videos for you guys and that type of thing. So if I kind of sound like shit, that's kind of why. Hopefully it gets better, but at least I have a voice now. I can kind of try to record for you guys. So we're going to see how I can do. There might be a lot of like jump editing in this video. If you guys see that, that's probably why. Because I don't know how long I could be able to record with like a half-assed voice, so. If you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. We're going to start this out with Diplin. Diplin's a cool mon. I'm also going to be using Showdown as well. Not going to be too much on screen. If you guys want to tab out, listen to me talk, I'm just going to kind of be going through a lot of the mons on Showdown, talking about their stats, kind of where they fit in right now, at least within the first week, 2 weeks of the DLC and VGC meta, at least from what we've been getting right now. So, got Diplin. I think this thing's really underrated. Really cool mon. This thing's supposed to be getting an Evo. It's going to get an Evo probably in the second DLC. But it has solid stats. And it also has the ability to hold an Eviolite. With these stats, with base 110 defense and 80 special defense, with an Eviolite is actually pretty damn good. I think the main problem with this thing is its typing. And it doesn't really get the greatest move pool and doesn't really have the greatest offensive stats. I think that's the main problem with this thing. It's a grass dragon typing, so if you want to use this thing, you're kind of forced to waste a Terra on this thing. And being 4 times weak to ice, also weak to fairy when Fluttermane's still the top, like one of the top threats, if not the highest like usage rate, one of the usage rate mons right now, even for regulation E. Just really struggles. Same with being a part grass type. I think with a lot of the flying types getting a lot more usage now, you're seeing a lot more flying and ice types, just because grass types are getting a lot of usage with like Rillaboom with Grassy Glide, a lot of the Ogre Pond forms and that type of thing. So you're seeing a lot more flying types and ice types kind of rising up, getting a little bit more play now, which kind of makes this thing struggle. But overall, I think this thing's pretty good. Sweet Syrup, like this, it's a cool ability, but if it didn't proc like Defiant or Competitive, that's kind of the one thing that makes it bad. With a lot of competitive and Defiant mons running around right now as well, it makes it kind of bad. But overall, the stats ain't too bad. And it also has Syrup Bomb, which I think is a really cool move. It's only 85% accurate though, which kind of sucks. But I don't know. If I were to rank this mon, I'd probably put it like C tier. I think this thing has potential. It's just bad as of right now. I think once the meta changes and once stuff changes, I think this thing has the chance to be good. Or once its Evo gets put into the game. I'm waiting for somebody to run a team with like Driplin with Sweet Syrup around like a team of like 2 or 3 mons that have like one-shot moves. Because that doesn't, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure how it actually works, but I'm assuming the minus evasion on the Sweet Syrup, the -1 evasion it gives to your opponents, allows to hit the one-shot moves like Fissure, Sheer, Cold, and Guillotine. All those moves that have higher accuracy. So, and you also pair that with like a Wide Lens or something that could boot, like an item that boosts your accuracy slightly. I think a comp around like one-shot move mons plus a Driplin would be something I'd really love to see. So if anybody wants to put a team together with that, like that type of thing, and see if it actually works, let me know and I'll feature your team on the channel as like a rental team session for an entire video. So I think that's one thing this thing might actually have going for it. And I think that'd be a kind of a really cool thing. Or like stuff with like more inaccurate moves like Hypnosis or that type of thing that are kind of inaccurate, but they're pretty damn good moves. I don't know. Overall, though, cool Mon, just not really great at the video, but Monkey Dory. I probably would put Monkey Dory, at least for VGC. I just don't think it's that good. I don't know if it's like a D tier worthy, but this is a Mon you're going to be seeing in singles way more. You're not going to be seeing this thing in VGC. It's just way too frail, and I don't think it really offers enough, at least with the Psychic and Poison typing to really do anything. Frisk, I mean, if you're on ladder play, Frisk is good, but if you're running like actual tournaments with open team sheet, it's kind of useless. I just think this thing's way better in like singles. It's a singles Mon. If this was a singles tier list, I'd probably put it way higher, but for VGC, the thing's kind of bad. Don't get me wrong, though, it has decent stats. There's no reason to really run it right now. It's just not that good. Okie Doggy, I think this is decent. I'd probably put this at A tier. I think the only reason why you're not seeing Okie Doggy is just because Iron Hands exists. That's the main thing. Iron Hands pretty much does the same thing this thing does. The only difference is this thing gets Guard Dog, which allows it to play around like Intimidate and a few other things. Apart from that, like I've seen a few like bulk up sets and that type of thing, but you're not going to be seeing it very much. And you got Pheasantipity. I think this thing's better in singles. I think in singles it's a lot better. I think the only thing this actually really does in VGC is like Icy Wind with Toxic Chain and plus like Tailwind. And if you want that type of thing, you can just run Thunderous or Tornadus. So overall, too, like its offensive stats are kind of lacking. Its typing is okay, but just really lacking offensive stats. It's just mainly supportive, and even like the supportive stuff it does, it just gets outshadowed by a... Next we got Sinistcha, so this thing's actually really good. First of all, it's actually a Grass Ghost typing, which I think is actually really unique. Plus Hospitality is actually a pretty good ability. It's a 1/4 like healing ability that actually heals your allies every time you switch in, which is pretty good. Stats are actually pretty damn good as well. Like 106 defense and 80 SPDF, really solid. I think the main thing that makes this thing good though is like mainly the Terra. I think the most common Terra is either Water or Fairy right now. And it also gets a really good move pool. This thing has a really crazy good move pool. Life Dew, which I don't see anybody talk about. Matcha Gotcha, which is crazy. 20% chance to burn, plus you recover 50% of the damage you deal, and it's a double targeting move. So like a Giga Drain, but like it's a double targeting move. Crazy good. Got a lot of other stuff too. Nightshade, Rage Powder is really, really good on this thing. Scald, if you want to Terra Water, Scald with 30% chance to burn. Strength Sap is really good. Stun Spore, Trick Room. I don't know. I'd probably put this thing on like an A tier. I think this thing's really solid. I don't think you're going to see it on every team, but I think it has potential. I think once a lot more people start experimenting with this thing, I think you're going to be seeing a lot more. It has all the tools. I just don't think it's the right time for it to actually be incredibly good on like every single team. But I think once a few little things change, I think you're going to see it rise up a lot more. Still kind of more in the experimental phase as well, so once we get past that, we'll maybe deeper into the Regulation E format. Maybe we'll see a little bit of changes with this thing. Next, we got Ogerpon Rock Form. Probably put it like B tier. I think their only real thing with Ogerpon Rock Form is like the one upside it has. It has Sturdy, which you can't be one-shotted, which I don't think is really that good in VGC anyways, because of a lot of priority moves like Fake Out and stuff. And then you have a really good high base power stab rock move that is 100% accurate. Apart from that, I just don't see really any reason to run the rock type Ogerpon over all the other ones. That's the main problem with it right now, just outshadowed by all its other forms. I still think there's like some experimentation with this thing though. I think if you slap this thing like alongside a Tyranitar and you get a defense boost with this thing, a special defense boost with the sand, plus the defense boost when you Terra, I think it could be really good. But until then, I probably put like a B tier. You got regular grass Ogerpon. This thing has Defiance, plus if you Terra, you get a +1 speed boost. I think this thing's S tier. I think the two best Ogerpons right now, I might as well do the Hearth Flame one as well, are the grass and the fire one. The grass one's mainly if you want more speed, and you're running more of like a mid-tier speed range team, and you want something that can outspeed a lot of higher tier stuff, without like dedicating a Mon that's a super high speed tier. And then you got the Hearth Flame one, which is like a pretty much an insane wall breaker. My favorite one out of the Ogerpons right now is probably the Hearth Flame one. You guys don't see it right now. I haven't really said anything about it, but I'm currently testing a team that I have actually put together by myself that has Hearth Flame Ogerpon on it. And I'm currently testing that team. It's not done yet at all, but I've been testing it, and Hearth Flame Ogerpon's crazy. It has Mold Breaker, which is great for stuff like Heatran, stuff like Fat Flash Fire. It allows you to get through mons that have Flash Fire and hit them for super effective damage or like any type of damaging move, even a fire move. Along with a bunch of other stuff like Levitate, and there's a few other abilities too that get shut down by Mold Breaker that are really common right now. Plus, if you Terra, you got the Ivy Cudgel. Keep in mind as well, like with these Ogerpons, like if you Terra, like they all get a 20% stat boost because they're all holding a mask, which is huge. Apart from the grass one, I think the grass one does not, but all the other ones get 20% boost all their stats, which is great as well. So, and the water one, I might as well get that one out of the way as well while I'm still talking about them. I probably put that like an A tier. I don't know. I think all the ones right now, I think the water one's the most balanced. It has Water Absorb, plus if you Terra, you get a +1 Spadef boost. But I just think there's a lot of water types right now. There's a lot more competition. And if you want to run an Ogerpon form, I think the grass or the fire is just... And like looking at the stats of like all the Ogerpons as well, they all have really solid stats. Like that's one of the main things that make this mon really, really good. Same with the abilities. The abilities are also really solid. Like they also have really solid move pools. Like the grass one, for example, I think they all have the same move pools, but like crazy move pools. Horn Leech is really good. Encore, Follow Me, Helping Hand, Ivy Cudgel, which is like a no-brainer, like 100% you're going to be running that. Knockoff, Leech Seed. It also gets Spiky Shield, which is really good. Swords Dance, Taunt. Like these things get really good move pools. U-Turn, Woodhammer, really good Trailblaze. Overall, it's really good. Really good mons, and like I think these are all like the grass and the fire ones are the ones you're gonna be seeing the most. I don't know if like at the start of the format, like I don't see them on like every single team, but I think the usage of both the grass and the fire one is rising a lot more. I think it's gonna be even more like higher usage as the format goes on and people realize how good they are, and it's just starting right now. So gotta put both those in S tier. That's where all the rest of the other new Pokemon we've gotten are going to land on this list as well. Let me know what you guys... Alright, I'm actually adding this into the video. I just wasted like 20 minutes going through and like editing like almost the entire video. And I forgot that I actually did not rank Blood Moon Ursaluna. So I'm going to add this to the video right now and go edit everything all over again and waste some more time, which is my fault. But I didn't realize Blood Moon Ursaluna was on this list and it was way down at the bottom. I never seen it, so... Blood Moon Ursaluna, I probably put it like A tier. I think that the problem with Blood Moon Ursaluna is if you really want to use this thing, either you got to run like one with a decent amount of speed under Tailwind to make it work, or you got to run it in Trick Room. There's not really any way to really run it in between right now. I also think like the best set with this thing is probably like Assault Vest. I think once you're able to run more like unique builds with this thing, I think it'll be a little bit better. It's kind of just whether you want what do you want to use as well. I think regular Ursaluna right now is also just a little bit better, just mainly because if you want to run a special attacker, I think there's a lot better options, especially with like Trick Room users. I think there's a few other Trick Room users that I would rather have than an Ursaluna, and if I'm running Ursaluna, I'd probably just rather use the other one, or even like an Iron Hands, which kind of does the same thing, but I know those are both physical attackers, and Blood Moon is a special attacker and that type of thing, but overall, I think that like the main set with this thing right now that people are running is like Assault Vest with like 4 attacks, with like Vacuum Wave, Blood Moon, Hyper Voice, and then like another coverage move or a filler move. So I don't know. I think Life Orb's also pretty good, and it also gets Calm Mind and a bunch of other stuff. But until it rises a little bit more, I just think it's a little bit. It's not really a mon that you would slap on like every single team, like a grass or a fire type Ogerpon. I don't think they're as splashable as both of those mons, so I kind of have to put it into an A tier. Overall, I think it's kind of just in the same tier as like Ursaluna is right now. I really do. Yeah, it's kind of just either or, which one you really want to run between Blood Moon or just regular Ursaluna. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But I almost threw up this entire video without Ursaluna, y'all. Blood Moon Ursaluna. I knew there was going to be somebody that would call me out and have my, like just completely roast me and flame me for that. So I figured I might as well edit the video again and throw it in for you guys. So there'll be a shit ton of editing for me, but hopefully it's worth it. In the comments down below. Apart from that, I wanted to make this video longer, but you guys gotta bear with me. Like I said, I'm sick, so really have no voice, and I'm kind of struggling to get through this video, at least as is. So I apologize if I sound like absolute shit, and the video really isn't as good as normal, but you guys gotta bear with me. But hopefully we got some decent shit on the way, and I get my voice back and everything goes smoothly like usual here in the next couple days, and I'll have some consistent stuff for you guys again. So I got a singles team, at least when I'm recording this, I got a singles team put together for you guys. Just haven't had time to record that because, like I said, I've been sick. Record any battles or any of the videos with that team. Been testing it though. It's pretty bad, but I'm gonna record with it anyways. And then I'm working on another VGC team as well, which I've been testing. So got some stuff on the way. I've just been waiting to record a bunch of stuff. Haven't had really time to record with being sick and everything. So apart from that, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, share the video. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a future video.